for a million years, and I bet we'll be together for a million more. Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed, and I can't remember what I ever did before. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us?
Good evening, everyone. DSP here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 23rd of July, 2026. My 8th in a 9-day streak of streaming, and I am kind of exhausted. I'm not going to lie. After being here literally every day for over a week, all day streaming, I'm looking forward to my break coming up on Saturday. We're not there yet. Let's talk about what went down today, because today was an interesting, chaotic, fun, weird day, with some good news. So let's talk. First off, on today's morning show, we chill. We talked about variety coming up next week, because next week it looks like I want to do a few different things. We talked about the fact that today, finally, my Final Fantasy Magic cards were arriving, and that we would begin to open them today. They were supposed to be here 2 days ago, but they finally arrived today, and so that became part of the content. We talked about all kinds of topics. And then we jumped into Dark Souls 2. How did Dark Souls 2 go today? Well, today, we continued on in the only area left to go to, the Doors of Pharos. Now, the good news is, the Doors of Pharos leads to multiple places. If you keep going, it can take you all the way down into the spider area, down into the Duke's Dear Freyja, and that's one of the big boss souls that leads to the end of the game. But also, if you continue on in the Doors of Pharos, there's more to do. There's an optional boss fight and more stuff to do in more areas. So, we basically were playing through Doors of Pharos, and I got to the spider area. The problem is, if you remember, between there's like this village. And when I got to this village, okay, there was a bonfire. All of a sudden, non-stop invasions. And it was bad today. It was the same hacking trolls. This is not, oh, I want to invade Phil and fight him fairly, and we have a duel. This is, I invade Phil, I'm invincible because I'm cheating. I'm infinitely spamming magic that's really not in the game. I also instantly degrade all his armor down to 0, meaning he has to spend like 10,000 souls to fix it all. It's bullshit. It's cheating. It's not in the console version of the game. It's only in the PC version. And these people are doing it purposefully to hold up the playthrough. This is not, oh, we want to challenge Phil with a mechanic that's fair and in the game. This is, we are blatantly hacking and cheating. So because of that, they held me back a bunch. Like, I'm not lying. Today, if that didn't happen, I probably would have got a lot further. But it did hold me up about 30, 40 minutes. Okay, and I was very frustrated at that. I wanted to play the game and entertain the audience, and it's very hard to do when these idiots keep showing up. So, I basically ended up trying to turbo through, and I ended up missing multiple bonfires. You know, we got through that village to that, I think it's supposed to be like a church or chapel full of all the regular, like, it's kind of like regular mini-boss enemies that they really are. They're a boss, but not really. You gotta kill them all. They have energy bars. And we did that. And then immediately, I guess there was a bonfire past that. I missed it. And I ended up going down into the spider area and basically trying to survive with, no lie, pretty much just a little bit of healing, because I never had an opportunity to recover it. And I had to get through the entire spider area while I kept getting invaded. So I kept Alt F4ing, which allows you to basically leave the game, and then the invader gets banished, and then you can come back, but they just kept coming back. So finally, I was like, there's nothing I can do. This is absolutely ludicrous. I had to go offline. Like, there was actually no way I would have been able to continue, because it's not, I wasn't fighting fair invaders. It was just complete destroy Phil, ruin the game. So it sucks that this happens on PC, and that basically FromSoft doesn't care. They put no care into fixing this issue. They just let people hack and let it run rampant, which is really stupid. What can you do? Up to this point, I mean, we're, what, like 20-something hours into the playthrough. I was okay with the invasions, but now people are outright cheating, and there's no way to stop it, so forget it. What am I going to do? I might just have to play offline every single time I play the game if this continues. Had an epic run, because I went through that entire spider area and got to do Duke's Dear Freyja with one run and almost no healing, okay? And then after that, we went to Doors of Pharos again, and we started investigating the other area. We actually went to the other optional boss, which is the Royal Rat Authority, I think. And we fought that, and then we were continuing on, ran out of time. So about 2.5 solid hours of Dark Souls 2 today. Yes, there was a lot of frustration with the constant invasions and cheating. I can't stop people from doing it, though, you know? And then, at the end of the stream, due to big support, because what happened was, the magic cards arrived. And when I showed everyone that the Final Fantasy magic cards had arrived, they got excited. They were like, ooh, the Final Fantasy cards are here, this is cool. And they started supporting. So we ended up qualifying for 5 packs of Final Fantasy magic cards to be opened at the end of the stream. Took about 35, 40 minutes. So, because they were all new. Like, I didn't even understand the cards or whatever. You know, I was trying to figure out what's what, what's valuable, what's this card, do I need to scan this one? The art on the cards is absolutely great. I really like that card set, and I can't wait to open more, to be honest with you. Like, I'm really excited to open these cards because they look great, and they might have big value. Like, there's some big value cards in that set. So, the first stream, despite the setbacks in Dark Souls 2, had great support, and we opened a whole bunch of cards. That's a huge success. My late stream, okay, I didn't know how it was gonna go. To be honest with you, this is my 4th stream of July doing retro game stuff. The first stream was obviously into Vestin's Day, where we went through that collection and started to, you know, to show off what I had and everything. And then if you remember, we took inventory of it. We documented the cost and everything for the last 2 weeks. Once a week, we had a Thursday night stream where we did retro game grading and pricing. This week, the idea was to buy stuff, to store them and to clean them off. Any of the valuable games that were dirty, clean them off and then put them into cases and stuff so that I could store them nicely. Definitely less people were interested in that, probably because this is the 3rd to 4th stream that we did of retro games, you know, kind of like the Lego streams. The first Lego stream, people are hyped. By the 3rd, people are kind of burnt out on it, right? So, it was fine. We did all right. I think by the end of the night, I made like $70, $80 of support, so not great. We didn't get any pack openings tonight. To be honest, I didn't know how this was going to go. Overall, the day was good, but I had a great chill time. What I did is I made the stream archive available for you to watch live, so you can check that out right now in its entirety if you want to watch it. It was a nice chill vibe. It was good times talking about the old games, cleaning them up. I actually tried different methods like rubbing alcohol and a magic eraser sponge, and actually one of them worked surprisingly well. I was blown away that it actually worked. It was a great suggestion. So overall, it was a chill good night. I had a good time. I'm just happy that anyone showed up and that we actually got any support. It was very nice. No cards, but it is what it is, right? So, great day overall. I'm happy that finally the Final Fantasy cards are here, and I am ready now for good variety, because now we got those, then we got the Pitch Black cards again. All right, we got good stuff going for the next few days to next week. When it comes to the card openings, that'll be good. Okay, and by the way, we're cutting back dramatically on the card content. There's no more TCG. There's no more Pokemon Champions. Right now, the only game that we're playing that's a free pack opening is Pokemon. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. That's it. You know, Pal World, some would argue it's Pokemon, but it's really not. It's really a survival game that has some elements of Pokemon in it, but it doesn't really play like Pokemon. It is a very different game. So, for those who are so upset there was too much Pokemon content and TCG content, it's cutting down dramatically next week, okay? So overall, great day. Enjoy the archive stream from tonight. Enjoy the Dark Souls 2, and enjoy the pack rips. Great day in that regard. Tomorrow, my final day in this 9-day streaming marathon. So, tomorrow, it's very simple. We're going to have a level 1 podcast where we're going to recap all the stuff that we just did last week and talk about next week, because next week we're going to have big variety. We're going to have a night where we try out original Xbox games that are now emulated on PC. We're going to have a night where we're going to begin Final Fantasy VI. I can't wait for that. We have a lot to do next week. Halo's coming up, so we'll talk all about that. We'll preview it. But all the gameplay tomorrow on both the first and second stream is the Marvel Tokon, I think it's called Fighting Souls, open beta. It finally goes live tomorrow. I have not had any opportunity to play this game or even watch anyone play it. So tomorrow I'll get my first exposure to Marvel Tokon, and I will play it all day doing the tutorials and trial, then trying out certain characters and teams, going online. I'm going to thoroughly test this thing. By the end of tomorrow, I will let you know about my personal opinion with my first exposure to the game to let you know if I think it's good. Okay? So if anyone's wondering, oh, is Marvel Tokon any good? You will know by the end of tomorrow. I certainly hope that those of you who like either Marvel or fighting games or both will come by and hang out with me all day tomorrow as I try out the game. And please support the streams. Let's have a very well-supported final day of the week. That would be absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. It would be great to have a great final, well-supported day where everything is good. We have lots of pack openings of the Final Fantasy cards, and we end it on a high note, okay? I know some people who like Friday Night Fights will be there because it's a fighting game. People who like Marvel games will be there. So let's go. Let's end it strongly, okay? All right, everyone, thank you so much. I wish you the best. Have a good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the finale of my crazy 9 days of streaming with Marvel Tokon Beta. See you then.